Are you ready for some good news? Whatever season of life you're in now won't last forever. Seasons, by very definition, do not last forever. Our new study of the Psalms continues today with the first Psalm. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its season, and his leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. Psalm 1, verse 3. One season never defines the fullness of reality. Imagine you were an alien from some flat-surfaced planet that never revolved around a sun, but only had a constant, unchanging atmospheric condition. Imagine you visit Earth, perhaps my home state of North Carolina. You're supposed to report back to your planet your findings about the nature of Earth. Let's suppose you arrive via your alien ship in February. You see several occasions of snow, sub-freezing temperatures, and no new vegetation or crops growing. What do you report back to your alien leaders? Earth is a cold and barren place void of new life, uninhabitable. Or suppose you arrived midsummer, July perhaps. The humidity is nearly 90%, temperatures rise into the 90s each day, plenty of food growing in the fields. What would you report back home? The land of Earth is productive, but the atmosphere makes the skin grow wet and the whole body overheated and exhausted. Not ideal. Well, you get the idea. If you experience the physical landscape of North Carolina during one season only, you'd have a completely inaccurate picture of Earth. So it is with your life. Your life cannot be defined by one season. Perhaps you're grieving. It is a season. Perhaps you're a young parent. You're exhausted and you can't five minutes to yourself. It is a season. Perhaps you're a student and your nose is stuck in a book all the time. It is a season. Perhaps you're an employee and your work is hard. It is a season. Perhaps you are on a spring vacation. Unfortunately, it is only a season because life is about seasons. The book of Israel's poetry is rich and diverse. There's a psalm for every season. There's a psalm of lament for your season of grief, and there's a psalm of praise for your season of jubilance. As we explore the Psalms in coming weeks, immerse yourself into the diversity of Israel's poetry and worship. God's Word is always an expression of God's voice to us, but the Psalms are also an expression of our voices to God. Find your heart and your voice in the Psalter. There is a psalm for every season, and that's the gospel. Well, that's today's daily devotional, and if you want even more good news, go to sharingthelight.org and find the full radio broadcast on this subject, a psalm for every season. It's free and it's there at sharingthelight.org.